Hey everyone, it's Drake, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how you can create a terrain, edit the height map of the terrain, and also how to paint grass onto the terrain. This was just a small little tutorial I wanted to make for another YouTuber, so here we go. First off, we need to make the terrain, so you can do so by going up here to Terrain and clicking on Create Terrain. This will create a giant gray platform thing, and this is usually too big for what you want to do, so you can click up here on Terrain and set resolution, and usually I set it to something like 200 by 200, something a little bit more manageable. And now that we have that, this gray is rather boring. So if we want to set a texture onto here, all we have to do is make sure we have the terrain selected, and we go over here to the little paintbrush over on the inspector. You click on the paintbrush and you click Edit Textures, and then Add Texture. This will bring up this little window here, and there's two things. There's texture and normal map. We're going to click on texture on the little select button. And I usually use grass hill, so I just type in grass up here and this one right here. So I double click on that and I click add, and now our terrain has a texture. I'm gonna add a light here so I can see what I'm doing. White light. I'm going to use an area light here. Create other directional light. There we go, that's what I wanted. I'm going to create a directional light here, which will act as my sun. And now I'm going to reselect this terrain object. And now to edit the terrain and make it bumpy or hilly or whatever you like to do, all you have to do is go over here under Terrain and click on the little up arrow, and then you can choose your brush size and the brush type. So for example, if I want to use a star, I can make star shaped edits in the terrain, or I can use a soft brush that's bigger to make hills and other things like that. Now, to add grass to this, and not just the texture of grass, but actual grass objects, instead of having to create a grass model and copy and paste it, all we have to do is go up here to this little flower icon and go to Edit Details, Add Grass Texture. And up here under Detail Texture, there's a little round dot. You can click on that and type in grass. This is the one that I normally use right here, grass, but there's also grass too. So I'm going to select this one and click add. And as you can see, it's this kind of transparent texture, and that's going to be modified to look like it's 3D grass. So all I have to do is paint it on. Now that's really thick for grass, so I can change the opacity and the target strength a little bit to make it a little less jumbled up. And I can also change the brush size. You just have to play around with it. This is okay, you just have to touch it around so you don't get this really thick amount of grass, unless that's what you want. And there's one more type of thing. I'm going to see if I can get this to work, but you can also paint trees or place down trees. And you do this by clicking on the little tree icon up here, and you click Edit Trees, Add Tree. Then you go up to under Tree, you click that little dot again, and you find something that you want to act as a tree. So for example, I'm going to select this palm tree. It's not really going to work well with my current scene, but it's just an example. And you can click add, and now this whole area, if I click, will be populated by palm trees. And again, you can change what the parameters down here and other things like that. So this is just the beginning of how you can edit terrain. There's also some other things such as smooth height to smooth the height of terrain and things like that. So just head into Unity, create a terrain object and play around with this, and I must say it's much easier than creating a tree object and copying pasted it everywhere. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please check out some of my other tutorials and other videos, and have a nice day.